Game notes. Parsons' homecoming marked by focused intensity, not just nostalgia. Dallas, Texas. The narrative was written well before the kickoff. The prodigal son returns. Micah Parsons, the Dallas Cowboys' former defensive cornerstone, was coming back to AT&T Stadium for the first time since his offseason move, now donning the green and gold of the Green Bay Packers. While the external focus was on the emotion of the return, inside the Packers' locker room, the message from their star edge rusher was decidedly different. Following a Week 4 clash that saw Green Bay secure a hard-fought victory, Parsons was not dwelling on the past, but was squarely focused on the relentless pursuit of improvement. A performance fueled by discipline, not emotion. Parsons' stat line from the game was impactful: a sack, 2 tackles for loss, and consistent pressure that disrupted the Cowboys' offensive rhythm. However, in post-game comments, he quickly pivoted from the numbers to the nuances. "It's always special to come back to a place you called home," Parsons acknowledged. "But for me, this week was about discipline and execution. We knew their scheme, I know their personnel, so the challenge was to be better than I was last week, better than I was in practice. There are always plays left on the field, a step you can get quicker, a read you can make faster." This hypercritical self-assessment is the engine of Parsons' game. Teammates and coaches noted that his preparation for the Dallas offense was no more intense than for any other opponent. It was just more personal. "Micah's standard for himself is incredible," said Packers head coach Matt LaFleur. "He could have had 3 sacks today, and he'd still be in the film room tomorrow pointing out the one he missed." That mentality, that focus on getting better every single day, is what makes him special, and it's infectious for our entire defense. Setting a new standard in Green Bay, Parsons' return to Dallas was more than a one-game storyline. It was a milestone in his integration into the Packers culture. His presence has already elevated a defense that has struggled to find a consistent pass rush in recent years. Against his former team, he demonstrated not only his individual prowess, but also his growing comfort within the Packers system. His ability to set the edge against the run and his versatility to drop into coverage on occasion showed a player committed to his new role, not just his personal accolades. "It's not about proving anything to anyone in Dallas," Parsons clarified. "They know what I can do. I know what I can do. It's about proving to my new brothers in this locker room, to these coaches, and to myself that I am the best player I can possibly be." Today was a step, but the climb doesn't stop. For the Packers, securing a win in a tough road environment was crucial. But perhaps just as crucial was the confirmation that their blockbuster acquisition possesses the mindset to match his otherworldly talent. In a league where complacency can be a team's biggest opponent, Micah Parsons' unwavering focus on improvement is a victory in itself, one that resonates far beyond the scoreboard of a single homecoming game. Beyond the homecoming, how Micah Parsons' relentless drive fueled a defining Packers win. Dallas, Texas. The script for Micah Parsons' return to AT&T Stadium was ripe for drama. The boos raining down during introductions, the familiar turf under his new cleats, the former teammates staring back from across the line of scrimmage. Yet, in the aftermath of the Green Bay Packers' tense 23-20 Week 4 victory over the Dallas Cowboys, the most compelling story wasn't about nostalgia. It was about a masterclass in focused intensity and a player whose internal standards are reshaping his new team's identity. While the outside world framed the game as Parsons' revenge narrative, inside the Packers' walls, the message was meticulously crafted and executed. This wasn't a revenge game. It was an improvement game, a surgical performance in an emotional cauldron. Parsons' final stat line: 1.5 sacks, 3 quarterback hits, 2 tackles for loss, and a critical forced holding penalty in the fourth quarter, only tells part of the story. His impact was felt on plays that didn't fill the box score. On a pivotal 3-yard and 1 in the third quarter, Parsons didn't rush. Instead, he read a screen pass perfectly, blowing up the play in the backfield and forcing an incompletion that stalled a promising Dallas drive. "It's the little things," Parsons explained in the post-game press conference, still dripping with sweat and intensity. "Yeah, I got home on the sack, but on that third down stop, that's film study. That's knowing their tendencies from my time here. I saw the tackle set a certain way, and it just clicked. That's the improvement I'm talking about, winning with my mind as much as my physical gifts." His former quarterback, Dak Prescott, felt Parsons' presence all afternoon. "You always have to know where 11 is," Prescott said, shaking his head. "He's a game wrecker. We had a plan for him, but his motor is just different. He played a hell of a game." The ripple effect on a rising defense. Parsons' influence extends beyond his own production. His arrival in Green Bay has had a catalyzing effect on the entire defensive unit, particularly the young players and fellow pass rushers. Rookie linebacker Jaden Vidal, who recorded his first career sack in the second quarter, credited Parsons directly. "Micah draws so much attention. On my sack, he had a crazy twist stunt that forced the guard and tackle to both account for him. It just opened a wide lane for me. But more than that, it's his practice habits. He doesn't take a rep off. When you see a guy of his caliber working like that, you have no choice but to match it. Defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley has built his scheme around Parsons' unique versatility, using him not just as a traditional edge rusher, but also moving him inside on passing downs and occasionally dropping him into coverage to create confusion. His football IQ is off the charts, Hafley noted. The play he made on the screen, we didn't call that. He saw it, diagnosed it, and made a play. That's not coaching. That's just having a special player who is locked in every single second. His focus this week, with all the outside noise, was incredible. It set the tone for our entire defense. A personal milestone, a professional mission. In the locker room after the game, amidst the celebration, Parsons was seen not celebrating, but quietly reviewing clips on a tablet with a coach. The moment perfectly encapsulated his mindset. When asked if he allowed himself a moment to appreciate the win in his old home, Parsons offered a slight smile. I'll appreciate it on the flight home. Right now, I'm seeing a rep in the first quarter where I got sealed on the edge. They got a 6-yard run. Can't have that. That's the difference between a good defense and a great one. This relentless pursuit of perfection, even in victory, is what the Packers invested in when they acquired him. It's a mentality that transforms good teams into contenders. His homecoming to Dallas wasn't just a single game on the schedule. It was a statement of purpose. For Micah Parsons, the past is a data point, and the future is a challenge to be better, one disciplined, focused play at a time. And for the Green Bay Packers, that focus is becoming their most powerful weapon.